You ever notice how a woman's energy shifts the moment you stop caring? One day she's acting distant, giving you mixed signals. The next she's suddenly interested again, trying to pull you back in. Why does this happen? Because when a woman realizes you've lost interest, her entire mindset flips. And if you play this right, you'll have her chasing you without even trying. Stick around. This is about to get deep. Most men think that to keep a woman's attention, they have to keep proving themselves. Texting first, planning everything, showing constant interest. But the truth? That's the fastest way to make her take you for granted. Women don't appreciate what's always available, but the moment she feels like she's losing you, that's when her emotions kick in. That's when she starts second guessing herself. Today, I'll break down exactly how a woman reacts when she realizes you've lost interest and how you can use this to your advantage. You ever notice how a woman's energy shifts the moment you stop caring? One day she's acting distant, giving you mixed signals. The next, she's suddenly interested again, trying to pull you back in. Why does this happen? Because when a woman realizes you've lost interest, her entire mindset flips. And if you play this right, you'll have her chasing you without even trying. Stick around. This is about to get deep. Most men think that to keep a woman's attention, they have to keep proving themselves. Texting first, planning everything, showing constant interest. But the truth? That's the fastest way to make her take you for granted. Women don't appreciate what's always available. But the moment she feels like she's losing you, that's when her emotions kick in. That's when she starts second guessing herself. She may not realize it immediately, but that shift creates an unsettling feeling in her mind. Women operate on emotion, not logic. So when they feel like they're in full control, they become indifferent. But when uncertainty creeps in, that's when their instincts tell them to react. At first, she won't panic. She'll just notice something feels different. Maybe you used to reply instantly and now you don't. Maybe you used to initiate conversations, but now you seem occupied with something else. That's when the confusion sets in. She won't immediately assume you're losing interest. She'll just be curious. She'll wonder if something is wrong, if you're upset, or if she did something to push you away. And this curiosity is the first step towards shifting the power dynamic. She might test the waters by sending a casual text, something like, "Hey, how's your day?" Not because she genuinely wants to know, but because she wants to see if your response has changed. If you reply instantly, she'll feel reassured and move on. But if you take your time, or worse, give her a short response without the usual enthusiasm, she'll notice. And once she starts noticing these small changes, her mind won't let her ignore them. But here's where it gets interesting. If she was once distant, if she used to take you for granted, she won't react in a dramatic way just yet. Women don't like feeling like they're losing control. So instead of chasing, she'll try to reassert her dominance. She might post a picture looking extra good, just to see if you'll comment. She might bring up an inside joke or reference an old memory to see if you respond the way you used to. If she's the type to play games, she might even hint that she's talking to someone else, just to see if you react. But here's the key. If you stay indifferent, if you don't give her the response she's looking for, that's when the real panic starts to set in. At this point, her brain starts working against her. She'll start replaying old interactions, trying to figure out where things shifted. Women don't just accept a loss of attention, they obsess over it. They need to know why. And the moment she starts asking herself, "Did I do something wrong? Is he seeing someone else? Why isn't he acting the same?" That's when the chase begins. Now, this is where things get interesting. At first, she'll try to play it cool. She won't want to seem desperate, so she'll act like nothing's wrong. But internally, her emotions are all over the place. Women are used to being pursued. They're used to attention being given freely without them having to work for it. But now, you've disrupted that pattern. And when something disrupts a pattern, the brain sees it as a problem that needs to be solved. She'll start testing different ways to get a reaction from you. If subtle hints and light texts don't work, she'll escalate. She might start sending you longer messages, bringing up random topics just to get a conversation going. If she never used to double text, she might now. But here's the thing, she won't make it obvious. Instead of saying, "Hey, why aren't you texting me like before?" she'll find a reason to reach out, even if it's completely unnecessary. Maybe she'll send you a funny meme, ask you a question she could easily Google, or bring up something random that happened to her that day. And if you're still not giving her the same energy, that's when her emotions start to turn into frustration. She'll start to wonder, wait, is he actually over me? That thought alone is powerful. Because once a woman starts to believe she's losing something she thought she had, her competitive nature kicks in. See, most women don't just want your attention. They want to feel like they have control over it. And if she feels like she's losing that control, she'll do whatever she can to get it back. She might start showing up where she knows you'll be, casually running into you like it's a coincidence. She'll like your posts, maybe even comment when she never did before. If she used to take hours to reply, suddenly she'll be responding within minutes. These small changes might not seem like much, but in her mind, she's making calculated moves. She's testing the waters, trying to see if she can pull you back in. But here's the key. If you react too soon, she'll know she still has power over you. If you suddenly start giving her attention again just because she showed a little interest, she'll realize you were just playing a game. And the moment she feels like she has you figured out, she'll lose interest again. That's why you have to hold your ground. At this stage, she'll start to feel the emotional weight of your absence. And this is where desperation starts creeping in. The texts will get longer, the attempts to reconnect will become more obvious. If she was ever truly interested in you, this is the moment she realizes she might have taken you for granted. And trust me, that feeling, it's not something women handle well. Now, this is where the emotional roller coaster really starts for her. At first, she was just curious. Then, she started testing to see if she could pull you back in. But now? Now she's feeling something deeper, doubt. And doubt is dangerous because it plants a seed in her mind that keeps growing. She starts asking herself questions she doesn't like the answers to. Was he ever really into me? Did I misjudge how much control I had? Is he moving on to someone else? These thoughts make her uneasy, and when a woman feels emotionally unsettled, she can't ignore it. That's when she starts reaching for something stronger, something to shake you up and force a response. This is where she might start bringing up old memories, suddenly talking about how much she misses certain things about you two. If she's really panicking, she might even try guilt tripping you. Something like, "I feel like you've been distant. Did I do something wrong?" Hoping you'll reassure her. But here's what you need to understand. None of this is random. Every single move she makes at this point is designed to pull an emotional reaction out of you. She wants you to break the silence, to chase again, to prove that she still has you. But if you've been playing your cards right, you've already created the perfect storm. She's feeling your absence more than ever, and the uncertainty is eating away at her. This is where she starts looking for proof that you still care. She'll stalk your social media more than usual, watching your stories but refusing to message you directly. If she's bold, she might post something subtle, like a quote that hints at regret, a selfie looking extra good, or even a throwback post from when things were still good between you two. And if you don't respond, that's when her anxiety spikes. Some women, when they reach this point, will act impulsively. If she has too much pride to chase, she might try to make you jealous instead. Maybe she suddenly posts a picture with another guy, hoping you'll react. Maybe she starts dropping hints that she's talking to someone new. But here's what she doesn't realize. When a man truly loses interest, none of this works. In fact, it only makes her look more desperate. And this is where she starts feeling something she wasn't expecting: regret. Up until now, she thought she had all the power. She thought you'd always be there, always waiting. But now that she sees you slipping away, She starts thinking back to all the moments she took you for granted, and that's when the fear really kicks in. Really? At this stage, a woman has two choices. She either swallows her pride and genuinely chases you, or she lets her ego get in the way and convinces herself she doesn't care, even though deep down she does. And here's where it all comes full circle. At this point, she's drowning in emotions. Curiosity turned into doubt, doubt turned into frustration, and frustration has now transformed into a deep, unsettling fear. Fear that she miscalculated, fear that she overplayed her hand, fear that you actually moved on. And that fear, that's what makes her start seeing you differently. See, when a woman senses that she might be losing something valuable, her mind rewires how she sees you. The same guy she once thought was too available now seems like a mystery. The attention she once took for granted now feels like something rare. She starts remembering all the little things about you, the way you talked, the way you made her feel, the way she could always count on you to be there. But now you're not. And that absence is loud. She starts replaying old conversations in her head, analyzing the things you said, looking for signs she missed. She might even reach out with a casual message, acting like nothing happened. But deep down, she's hoping, praying, that you'll respond in a way that reassures her, that you'll slip up and give her a sign that you still want her. And if you don't, if you remain unbothered, unmoved, and still focused on yourself, that's when you become the one that got away. Because here's the truth. Women rarely regret losing a man who chased them endlessly. They regret losing the man who had the power to walk away, the man who knew his worth, the man who they had to chase. At this point, she might start making bold moves. If she still has a way back in, she'll try to use it. She might confess she's been thinking about you, suddenly wanting to talk. But if she knows she already lost her chance, she'll try to act indifferent, pretending like she doesn't care. Even if she's burning inside, she'll put on a front, convincing herself that she's fine. But deep down, she'll remember you. And that's why the most powerful thing you can do when a woman realizes you've lost interest is nothing, because your absence will do more than your presence ever could. Now, if you want to truly master the art of making a woman crave you, there's another powerful psychological technique you need to know. So watch this next video now.